I fell in love with drifting in around 2003. The sight, the sound, the smell, what's not to like? And ever since the Toyota 86 launch back in 2012, interest in the sport has only grown. But how exactly do you drift? And can anyone do it? Here to help us shed some light on the world of drifting are three special guests. Former Australian drift champion Bo Yates, the owner of this ultra-cool Toyota 86 drift car. And from Drive.com.au, its founder, with more than 20 years experience under his belt, Kevin Flynn, and two-time Japanese G1 drift champion, Chris DECA. So you're all addicted to drifting, but I'm guessing you all got into it in a different way. Can you tell us briefly how you each kind of fell into it and why?
God, I was an apprentice probably 14, 15 years ago. I worked at an importing yard at Kirrawee, and through watching some of these Japanese import videos, and I had a little Toyota 86 at the time, and basically that's how I fell into the local scene.
Kev?
One of my employees was a very famous drifter and took me over to Japan with him so we could get some time off work. And basically that's how I got sucked into it.
And who was your very famous employee?
Chris DECA.
Chris, how did you get into drifting?
So very similar to Bo. We started off watching these videos of these guys in Japan, and so effectively the love of doing silly things in cars, we saw this on a video and said, this is actually a sport. So went out, bought a car, started practicing, crashed the car, and then just developed a passion from there. So literally, you know, we're looking at 15 years later, we're still doing it because it's such a fun sport.
Well, today we've got a special job for each of you. Bo, you'll be our special guest judge for a drift battle competition that we'll have at the end of the day. Kev and Chris, you'll be our two coaches, and you'll be teaching, hopefully, two students who have never done drifting at all how to do it. Should we meet your students?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. Meet the winner of the CarAdvice Correspondent 2015, Mandy Turner, and for a bit of sibling rivalry, her sister, Kim. So Mandy, you've done some racing in Porsches before, and Kim, you've obviously grown up around cars, but neither of you has ever tried drifting before, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I've done a bit of hill climb and I've sat on the computer game playing Need for Speed. That's all I've ever done in drifting.
And Kim?
Yeah, I'm the one that always rolls it in Need for Speed and crashes into the walls, so this will be interesting.
Good.
Boys today.
Yeah. So to decide which coach gets first pick of your students, quick game of rock, paper, scissors, if you two gentlemen wouldn't mind.
All right, would you like to call it?
Sure. Okay, rock, paper, scissors. This could go on for a while. Rock, paper, scissors.
Winner.
Kev.
Whoa. And I'm going to pick Mandy.
Okay.
We've worked together before and she's a bit of a legend.
So that means we have our team. So Kev, you're with Mandy, and Chris, you're with Kim.
Yes.
How we're going to do this is simple. Each instructor will have 90 minutes to teach their student how to drift. Both teams will have their own space on the skidpan, and each will have an identical Toyota 86 to use. Both are manual, both have the same 2-litre engine, and importantly for drifting, both are rear-wheel drive. At the end of the 90 minutes, each team will get 15 minutes practice on what will be the final judged competition corner. After this, the girls will get a handful of solo runs. The person with the best run wins. First things first though, before you guys start your instruction time, we're going to put you in the cars with your instructors for a bit of a drifting basics lessons, kind of drifting 101. Before we do that, you two have to fight over who gets what car. So I think the best way to do that is another game of rock, paper, scissors. Sound good?
All right.
Okay, you ready?
Ready to go.
All right, rock, paper, scissors. Hey! Mandy, you win, which means you get your pick of car. Which would you like?
I'll take the one with the red interior, please.
The Black Line Edition, which means Kim, you've got the standard GTS with Chris. All right, over to your cars. Let's start this basic stuff.
All right.
High five.
Yes!
All right.
Nice choice.
So what we're going to be doing is a combination of 3 different entries.
Okay.
Mandy,
Yep.
what's the definition of mixed emotions?
One of the ways to do this is that we come into the corner as we steer in.
I don't know.
I'm accelerating to try and get the rear wheels to spin.
Your mother-in-law driving off a cliff in your brand new Ferrari.
Now to do this successfully, we can't do it at too high a speed. Because ideally what we're going to do is actually ask less of the front tyres so that by accelerating, as the weight comes off them, they're still within their operating range, if you like. They're still within their grip levels. The second technique that we're going to do is what's called a clutch kick entry.
Did I tell you I was driving my car made out of spaghetti the other day?
So as we're coming in on the accelerator, you punch the clutch, which brings the revs up,
Yeah, I had a race with my wife at the traffic lights.
As you pull the clutch out, the revs have built up some momentum and actually kicked the wheels into a wheel spin.
So she took off first, and then I drove straight past her.
This allows the rear end to kick out, and then the power can keep the tyres turning as we go through. So that's the one we're going to use for the competition.
Full throttle, hit the clutch.
And the third one is a handbrake entry. Now, it's not the ideal style. It can sometimes be a safe way because you pull the handbrake up, we know the rear wheels are going to lock, but the problem is once you do a handbrake entry, it pulls out too much speed coming into the corner.
I'm coming a little bit quicker. Clutch in, get a handbrake.
The way to think about drifting, it's taking a car that wants to front wheel skid and we're convincing it to rear wheel skid rather than get the fronts pushing through.
Okay. Wow. A lot to take in.
So you guys have just jumped out of the cars. That was the first time you've kind of felt what a car drifting is going to feel like. What'd you think?
I loved it. Learnt so much, and I'm cool as a cucumber, ready to go.
Oh, confidence. Kim?
Typical, I'm opposite, but Chris showed me a couple of tricks, so I should be okay when I'm driving.
Okay, well, good news. It's now time for you two to jump in, which means the instructors get to sit in the passenger seat. Good luck, gentlemen. Team Chris, Team Kev, your time starts now.
Good luck.
You have very long legs.
That's what all girls say.
Let's head across. We're just kind of into the middle of the area, and we'll jump out, we'll set up some cones, and then we'll go from there.
So we'll just start by slowly driving around and build our way up.
So what I'd like you to do, we're just going to do this in first gear. I'd like you to drive around this roundabout and gradually bring the speed up, and we'll find what is the maximum speed you can do on this roundabout.
Okay. So just the throttle?
Stand on the gas,
Yeah.
There you go. So if you're winding on steering, there you go. You're gonna create understeer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the biggest enemy of drifting is front wheel skidding. And like I was saying before, that the art of drifting is getting the rear end to step out instead of the front. Now, instead of squeezing the throttle, I want you to jump on the throttle and keep looking and steering where you want to go, and we'll see what the car does.
Too much.
That's okay.
This is just the practice. This is what we need to do to get all this out of the way. So just keep looking and steering where you want the car to be.
Go for it. Ease it off, ease it off. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes! Okay. We're on the right track. Whoa! Small high five, just a small one. Well done.
Woohoo! That's pretty good.
Oh, good.
That's perfect. So you've jumped on the gas, the rear end stepped out, you're looking where you want to go, steering where you want to go, and as you ease back, it came back into line.
Good.
Are you happy with that one?
Yeah.
Let's do it again.
Ease it off, ease it off, ease it off. Woohoo! Yes! Slightly bigger high five. There you go. Well done. See, once the penny drops, it's one of those feelings. Once you've got that feeling, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
That's awesome.
What was that?
We've got smoke.
Throttle, stand on the clutch. Whoa, yes.
All right.
So we hold the speed. Yep, good speed. And you turn in, now kick it.
All right, so you've just completed your practice session. You've finished your coaching session, which means it's now crunch time. Your instructors will now turn into judges alongside with Bo, who'll be our head judge. You'll each get a handful of runs on the competition corner with the judges and myself watching. Best run wins. You guys ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Why don't you guys jump in the car? We'll get clear and out of the way, and best of luck, both of you.
Thank you.
Oh, not bad for a first run.
Just a warmer. Just a bit of warmer.
Conservative. Oh, good catch. Ooh.
Oh, that's better.
That's it. Keep it up. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fun it.
I like that.
The aggression.
You got to go hard.
Bit of understeer there.
The dreaded understeer.
She might have lost a nerve. Good initiation.
Outstanding, outstanding.
Woohoo! I'm pretty happy with that one.
Yes, yes, yes.
There you go. That's the winning run.
I don't know about you guys, other than incredibly sunburnt, that was a pretty epic day from just standing around. You guys are obviously driving. How you feeling?
Pumped.
Yeah, really, really good.
Coaches, now it's all done and dusted. Before we announce the winner, how are you feeling about how the girls did?
Oh, I think that they both did outstanding, to be honest. They did a great job.
Chris?
To be honest, I'm very proud of both of these guys. I'll say it's beyond where I thought either of us would be able to get somebody within one day. So I'm proud.
Speak for yourself, Chris.
Bo, impressed with the progress?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, Mandy, with a little bit of motorsport background, we could see you're comfortable straight up. And Kim, I take my hat off to you, because where we were this morning to where we are this afternoon, for me, you've been the quiet achiever, because you've come from much lower and up to this level, which you should be extremely proud.
Oh, it's Chris.
Drifting's the winner at the end of the day. I think, you girls did fantastic in the car today. But for me, Kevin and Mandy today, I think overall consistency was great. You showed great aggression in the last judge section of the course. Not taking anything away from you, Kim, and Chris, what you've done, but I just feel that you're a more consistent performer and really stepped it up in the battles there towards the end.
Awesome.
Congratulations, guys. Well done. Now, apart from beating your sister, which is obviously something you get to treasure for the rest of your life, as our winner, it also means that you get a pretty cool prize, that you get to jump in the passenger seat with Bo in that thing. So I might let you two get saddled up and harnessed in, and we might get out of the way. I think is probably the best thing to do. So, can anyone drift? Well, like any sport, it's just a matter of learning the basics, and then practice makes perfect. And who doesn't want to practice that?